Welcome YouTube. Today I'm going to be doing a review on this book, The Lost Boys by Justin Rollins. So I bought this a while back when Justin was doing signed books. I think he's still doing that. If you get in touch with him on Instagram, you can request a personalised copy of this book. And as you can see, he's done Dirty Dems on there, Warzone, 706, so pretty happy with this. So it's called The Lost Boys, A Dark Side of Graffiti, and it's published by Waterside Press, and here it's putting justice into words. So this is a true crime book, I take it. I haven't read many true crime books, but because I'm into graffiti and Justin was in the same era growing up, we were in the same era of graph, I decided to give it a read, and this book resonates with me because there's a fly flying around. Book resonates with me because growing up in London, a lot of the graffiti writers that Justin mentions in here, I knew a few of these people from South. If we just open it up, you can see I've got a signed copy. So it says 2 Dems, all the best, Justin Rollins 706 WZ. You see that? WZ were a graffiti crew that was quite prominent around Southwest and originated in sort of Morden. So in this book, Justin talks about being a troubled youth, so family issues leading him into a gang lifestyle, being bullied and having to deal with a lot of violence from an early age, growing up in London, getting involved in gangster stuff, working in nightclubs. So yeah, it's very shocking that somebody's been through this much pain in their life, but I can understand what it must have been like for Justin growing up, because I had similar issues as a youngster, being bullied at school, getting involved in gangs, being out on the streets and encountering violent incidents. There's been times in my life that I can relate to this, so that's why this book means something to me, because I can read this and I can know that it's a realistic account on his life, because there's things that he mentions in here that I can verify, like the people he talks about, the things, for instance, like when we were younger, kids used to steal detonators from the tube trains and let them off at school. So, you know, these sort of things were real to me, and that's what makes this book so good to me. And I will actually look forward to Justin making this a film. So I've talked to Justin and he's mentioned that he wants to make a film, and I can't wait to see that become a reality. Also, I'd just like to add that he talks a lot about mental health and mental illnesses, which in my lifetime I've experienced with family members who have mental health problems. So I know and I can sympathise with that, because it can be a very stressful time when you're dealing with mental health. So I think this looks at men's mental health as well. So not only is it looking at crime and how he came out of a criminal background and turned his life around, it also looks at a battle with mental health. And to be honest, I don't read many books, so to read this I was glued to it, and I managed to complete it within a week. So I mean, I normally tend to read comic books, and this is the first real book that I've picked up in a long while, and I've actually finished it to the end. So for me, that's something, because I don't really have the patience to read books. I'm always doing artwork, or just if I read something, it'd be on social media or online or comics. So to sit down and read a whole book, that has to be something important. So we'll just have a quick flick through. You've got obviously the the titles, you know, his credits, who published his stuff, and then you've got the contents, so like an index. You can look at the titles of each chapter, you know, Born and Bred, Going Off the Rails, The Railway Children, Runaways and Robberies, Mind Games, Porridge on the Buses, House of Horrors, The House of Horrors, Warriors Come Out to Play. You know, that's a reference to the Warriors film. So obviously Justin would have watched this and been influenced by the film. And back then, these sort of films were a big influence, and a lot of us youngsters watching, I know myself watching Style Wars, Beach Street, a lot of these early 80s hip hop movies that came out. I know a big one was Kings Destroy by Coke 2. That also got me on a mad, reckless path to destroying the streets of London with Fat Cat chrome tags and throw-ups, you know. So Morden became a war zone. So Morden was the tube station where a lot of my friends used to hang out. One Too Many Psychopaths, I guess that's to do with mental health. Rich Pickings in a Smoky City. Once We Were Warriors. So yeah, you can see the sort of titles for the chapters there. It's quite exciting. We'll just flick through. Dedications to his daughter. Congratulations, by the way, Justin. I know you've just had a new addition to the family. Forward. Acknowledgements. So I think it's quite important to acknowledge people that have helped you through your life, especially when you achieve something like this, writing your own book. It's quite inspiring as well. A little bit about Justin there, and then you go flick through the book. You can see it's easy to read. When Morden became a war zone, so that was quite a notorious place back in the day. A lot of youngsters, a lot of gang members used to hang out at the station, congregate. We get to the back of the book. You've got the epilogue. So these are books that I think he's recommending or advertising through Waterside Press. But yeah, some other reads there that we could look into. So yeah, that's my review on the book. It's well worth getting your own copy before it becomes a movie, and get a personalised one from Justin as well. Just pay that little bit extra there to get that. So I hope you enjoyed my quick review of the book. If you're into true crime, I recommend that you get this. It's based on Justin's life, and it's quite entertaining as well, some of it. So it's shocking to read what he's been through. Very interesting. So yeah, get yourself a copy. I think it's affordable. I'm not sure what the price on this is, but you can get in touch with Justin himself if you go to Instagram and add up Southbound Bullies. That's Justin's Instagram profile, and you can order yourself a copy from him direct. You can get a custom one like I have.